So welcome along to Eclipse Motorcycles today. My final test ride of the day. I've done two already. This is the third one. This is the Lexmoto ZSX-F, and it's one of my most popular bikes. I absolutely love these. They just go on and on and on. This one is in the black and it looks really, really good with those red trims on the tyres as well. Nice big can on this one, and it has a very, very nice grumble to the engine as well. Full LEDs to the front of this one as well. We're just going to turn the ignition on and just show you those lights to the front of the bike. Just look at the front of that. LEDs and the bulbed indicator. That's your daytime running. So very, very nice visual presence to the front on this bike. Makes the traffic very, very aware of you. Just going to fire this one up. And I do like the sound of these ZSX-Fs. Absolutely gorgeous sounds of these engines on these. So this is one of my most favourite bikes to ride. Absolutely love these. One of our customers has these, and Shelley absolutely loves her ZSX-F. She's got a red one. She's on the Lexmoto owners page. So Lexmoto owners UK. You can check her out. She's always commenting about her ZSX-F that she calls Lexi. And the dash on this, obviously just your rev counter to the left, and then your speed, your mileage, and your gear indicator to the bottom. Obviously mirrors on this one, very, very nice. And I do like the little bit it says objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Reminds me very much of Jurassic Park. But a nice wide mirror on this one, a nice view of the road behind. And we're going to take this one out into traffic, and I do like the sound of these when you get these up to speed. So this one is about a week over. It came in, I did the first ride test on it, and I wasn't entirely happy with the performance of this bike. And if you have seen the video of that, I did actually comment that I'd like to do something about it. Brought it back in and we had a look at the fuel issues on it, and rather than just mess around, I decided to change absolutely everything out on this bike on this one. So we changed out the EFI unit, we've changed out everything, fuel pump, fuel regulator, everything on this bike has been changed, and it's running absolutely perfectly now. So just a little quirk. The odd bite that we do get in, sometimes we do have a problem, and thanks to Lexmoto, they sent all the parts out, all nice and running effectively. And we're going to get this out, get it up to about 40 miles an hour and see what it does. And obviously I am still awaiting the speedo sender for this one. That is on its way to me this morning, so we're going to get that changed this morning just for the purposes of ride testing. I'm going to get this one out into traffic and just see how it handles on this, but otherwise it's running nicely. Up into second, third, fourth, and up into top gear. Now I know for a fact on this 5,500 RPM is about 40 miles an hour. So obviously I've got no speedo because I'm awaiting the sender to come. We're going to get that fitted this morning. But for the purposes of ride testing, I just want to check the performance on this bike now, make sure it's not pulling back on me and it's handling the speed effectively. As of yet, sitting at 40 miles an hour and it's not pulling back on me like it did last time, so I can now complete the ride test on this. Bring it in hard on that front brake. God, these brakes on these ZSX-Fs are really good. Hence that's why this is one of my favourite bikes. It handles so superbly. It sits at speed very, very good. Once running, I know that Shelley has had hers up to just over 70 miles an hour, and she's done no modifications on it, but that bike just pounds away, and she's done absolutely shed loads of mileage. She rides out with us quite a lot on a Sunday with the Rev Bomb Ride Club. But sits at speed absolutely perfect now. It's not pulling back on me. So that fuel issue has been sorted for the customer, but thanks very much to the guys at Lexmoto for getting the parts out extra quick, because the customer was waiting for this bike. So he's going to be happy to know all the issues are now resolved. And obviously once I get that speedo sender fitted this morning, we'll go out and do a second ride test just to show that the mileage is working on it. But otherwise, pulls through the box great, brakes are good. and this has to be probably one of the better selling bikes that Lexmoto do. The ZSX-Fs just keep going and going and going and going. Lovely riding position on this, mid-level on the pegs, so nice and square to the legs, knees tucked in very, very nicely below that tank as well, so you can grip this bike very, very well with your knees. Hand position is very good as well. Just coming off this dual carriageway, and we're going to go and do a little bit of my around town mileage, just because I'm going to make sure that I stay close to the garage just in case, but I've got no issues with it at the moment. Absolutely perfect, riding like a dream. And I do like that that grumble off that exhaust as well. These ZSX-Fs and the ZSX-Rs all sound very, very good. And in on the back brake, and that pulls up very, very nicely. Braking system all good on this one. Nice smooth easy gear changes on this as well. Pulls through the gears very, very nice. And these ZSX-Fs handle so nicely as well. Hence why a lot of people absolutely love them. And I know Shelley loves her bike as well. But absolutely lovely, no issues with this bike whatsoever. And from the previous ride I can tell this is such a better ride now, 100% better. I've got no pulling back, no holding back on the throttle as well, so it pulls down very, very nicely. Even just the tick over is so much better now. It's idling lovely, sitting around about 15 to 1800 RPM. And that combined braking system does work very, very nicely. Low speed handling on this is very, very good. So this was just a quick ride test, just to make sure that this one is all effective. Will be a second ride test coming up now, as the first two were abandoned. But that is the thing with Lexmoto bikes, every now and then you do get an issue, and that's what the warranty and the parts are there for. Parts straight out, job done, and riding very, very nicely. So one final issue to do with that speedo sender, which I know is arriving this morning because they have already emailed me when I checked my emails this morning. So if you are in the market for a ZSX-F, and I would say get yourself one of these. They are so comfortable. You've got the option to get a top box on the back as well with this one, which you don't see on many of the normal touring bikes or sports bikes. But this one can take a top box, which is ideal if you happen to have it as your daily commute. I love these ZSX-Fs. So I'm making the way back to the garage. Ride test is all good as usual. Comments below, thumbs up, thumbs down, the usuals. If you enjoy it, let us know. And from RB, as usual, don't forget all the social media on my page, revbomb.co.uk. check out Eclipse Motorcycles, 01908 643 603. All my stuff on my social media page. And until the next ride, guys, from Revbomb, be well, ride safe, and it's a big goodbye from me.